Welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Dan. The last few weeks I've been playing Tron without updating my sideboard plan. So I figured I would do that now. So this is like a real take of me updating my sideboard plan. I've also decided to go with my Titan build, my ULAMOG build, sorry. So Emrakul is once again in the sideboard and I'm playing Slaughter games. That means that ULAMOG is back in the main deck yeah, I've discussed the principle behind that so many times. Also means Tendo Ice Bridge is back, running 20 lands and Ugin against my better knowledge, but everyone else is doing that. So now let's see how we sideboard in the many matchups. So this will be kind of different from any other Tron video because I'm gonna make the sideboard plan now. So pause now for the sideboard. Here is the sideboard. So look at it. We're now going to write the plan. So I have here like all sideboard plans ever proposed for Tron. And I'm going to work from that. So 8-track. We have Pyroclasm and Spellskite in the main deck. We want claims. All is dust is not in the deck anymore. So we pretty much want... Oh, Emrakul is pretty good against 8-track. We want a Wurmcoil. But do we have anything to take out against 8-track? How good is Ugin against 8-track? Well, he can get Liliana. He can get the black rack. So I guess he's pretty good. Is Ugin better than Wurmcoil? What about ULAMOG? This was hard. I'm gonna assume I take out 2 Ugins, but I would love your input. What about... No. There are the relics, of course. I don't think they use their graveyard, so this is... We don't... we take out Spellskite because he is not... He's only redirecting past exiles, and that's not enough. Abzan. Pretty huge matchup. I think we... Unless we see Stony Claims... We bring in 2 claims default. I don't think we can afford to bring in a Relic. We want the Wurmcoil engine. And we want Emrakul in this matchup. We take out Pyroclasm. And I think we'll leave a Spellskite in. So what do we take out? Need to work on that. Against Jund you could sometimes not sideboard, but against Abzan it's different. The sideboard plans I'm looking at here, they are very short. Maybe you can afford to take out the Sphere here, but that is wrong. You know that is wrong. Ugin shines, the big guys shine, Karn shines. This just because we are so good against a deck like this. So maybe we just have to settle for, but we need that Wurmcoil. It's the relics again, isn't it? And then we could actually bring in the 3rd claim. Relic is useful against Tormgoyf, but we remove the Pyroclasm, so I think that is right. Yeah. Okay, Ad Nauseam, we discussed that. That is actually, that match is one of the reasons I'm bringing back Slaughter games. So, Nature's Claim and Slaughter games. Do any of our other sideboard cards work in that matchup? No, I don't think you definitely don't need Emrakul. You don't have time for that. Yeah, we knew Spellskite was useful too. At least it adds 4 more life. So Spellskite is like gain life. We don't want Pyroclasm, we don't want the relics. We could take out Ugin. But to fit all this in, we have to take out 3 more cards. And what cards are those? How good is Oblivion Stone against them? Can you take out the stone? Is the Spellskite better than a stone? Still need to take out 2 cards. This is why it would be so nice to run the full sets of Pyroclasm and Relics. You always have stuff to take out. We do want to hit our lands. UGINS. What does Ugin do here? He doesn't do anything. -2 Ugin, -1 Oblivion Stone. Is that right? Let me know what you think. Here's a fun one. Affinity. We want the claim, we want the Pyroclasm. Spellskite is pretty bad. It could redirect the trigger from Arcbound Ravager, but who would do that? So we bring in claim, Pyroclasm, Coil. Okay, say we wanted to bring in the 2 Spellskites. I believe we can still play ULAMOG. So that means a certain number of Karn is coming out, as well as 2 Ugins, of course. We don't want the relics. This is 8 cards in, 7 cards out. We don't have a Prism anymore. We don't even have a Titan. I think ULAMOG stays in the deck. No, maybe Wurmcoils are enough to finish him. But getting ULAMOG, no, we can deal with his artifacts with claim. This is 6 cards out, 5 cards in, 6 cards. Look at this again. Don't want the Rending Volley, don't want Slaughter Games, don't want the Relic. So I can't find room for the Spellskites. That's pretty much what's going on here. And I don't think they are super useful. I have 1 to search for. Except, oh wait a minute. Can take out the Eye of Ugin. Get a stream of Wurmcoils is nice, but it's all about just stopping him, isn't it? This is the matchup we're going to discuss in 2 weeks on in the Modern Bible. Claim, Wurmcoil, and 2 Spellskites. I have here 9 plans for this matchup. Look like you could take out. Here's a guy taking out 1 Karn, 1 Karn, 1 Karn. 4 relics, that's such a luxury. Oblivion Stone. But it does crush his entire attack, so that seems pretty good. But it is slow. Okay, we move on then to, well, it's Jeskai control now. Don't expect them to have Geist of Sintraft anymore. I don't have a plan for the new Grixis control deck, but I'll build one when I play it, because I don't know it. We only have 3 Pyroclasm. Bringing in Relic seems bad, because they don't do that much. We now only have 1 Boil. And how big is Celestial Colonnade? Is it a 4/4? It is a 4/4, so Rending Volley works. So definitely bringing in the Rending Volley. Let's look at it so we don't miss anything obvious. We don't want to slaughter games. 4 Nature's Claims, can that be... What if he doesn't side in anything that we can hit with that? Looks dangerous. And of course we need Emrakul. Oh, 4 claims because he has to burn us out. Interesting. Do we really not want Spellskite against him? Relics or no relics? This is 7 cards coming in. Looks like the relics has to go to make room. Let's look at what the other sideboard plans are taking out. Sphere, Relic. Here are more plans. Taking out Oblivion Stone. Well, if I take out all the Oblivion Stones, but it depends if he's creatureless or not, of course. Then I can keep the Spellskite to have a searchable Spellskite. Yeah. Okay, moving on with the plan. Amulet of Vigor. Now called Amulet Bloom. So we learned recently that we have to have the Spellskites against him to redirect his triggers. We no longer have Torpor Orbs. The theory being that Spellskite is better. We can't Pyroclasm him, we can't Relic him. I don't think he can set up a defense against Wurmcoil engines and ULAMOG, so we don't really need Emrakul. I don't think we do. Amulet Bloom doesn't have islands, so Boil doesn't do anything. Slaughter games. Of course. That's a lot of sideboarding. What about Oblivion Stone? If we don't have Oblivion Stone, we have no way of dealing with... Oh, we have to blow his stuff up. Does that mean we have to keep Ugin and... How good is Ugin? He's gonna take the Summer Bloom. I think Ugin is bad here. 9. Looking at the things here, people are taking out Fire Spout, Stirring, Spellskite. I don't like taking out Stirrings. Pyroclasm, Spellskites. Well, people sideboard out Spellskites. That seems very nice to do because you have plenty of room then. But I need to sideboard out something else. Okay, let's think about this. We have to reach our mana, so before the slaughter games. You have to slaughter games him twice, which is why this is so hard. But what else can we sideboard out? Karn will rock against him, he will just eat things. So what do I drop? Do I actually have to drop a Wurmcoil? But it is excellent at blocking the Titan, but the Titan will have first strike, but if I have Spellskite he won't. Two of the sideboard plans I had, the old sideboard plans I had here, actually took out Spellskite, and they were not mine. But if you bring in Spellskite then, you have to take something out. So you just have to figure out what is the least useful card. This is hard. Please give me suggestions for Amulet Bloom. Well, here we have the default 2 claims against the black deck. We don't need relics against black-white tokens. Taking out the Karn seems weird. But Karn is actually easily overrun by the tokens. Claim Pyroclasm, not missing anything obvious. I hope. It's one of the super easy matchups. Boggles! Well, all the Spellskites in the world, this is where Spellskite is the best. And they don't use the graveyard. What the hell do we take out? Everything is good against Boggles. So then maybe we have to take out the slow cards, but is it actually realistic to... Could Ugin him on turn 4? It's not realistic to dawdle around getting lands. And maybe without the scrying, Ugin is not the way out. Seems so good though. What do we take out? Checking the sideboard plan. Taking out 4 swears and 1 scrying somebody does. Also 4 swears. I think we need swears to cast the Nature's Claims. Taking out the Karn, I kind of like that. Wow. -3 chromatic sphere, that doesn't look good at all. Keeping ULAMOG in, I think ULAMOG is still pretty good, taking their best enchantment and putting a gigantic blocker on the field who cannot be destroyed. So then we come to burn, and because of the slaughter games we don't have room for any anti-burn cards. So we have to do this, but Spellskite, good against everything. Pyroclasm, good. I think you can safely take out the relics. You can take out the O-stones. 6. Do you keep ULAMOG in? I don't think you do. Take all the stones. 6, 7, 8. That's 8 cards. The question is if you are taking out the Karn over taking out the Karn over stone. We are keeping Ugin in because he can win the game and he can also gain life. So I think that's correct against burn. Yes. Please tell me what you think and tell me what to change. Because this is just like a first draft. We are dealing with Delver. I don't think we need Boil against Delver. I don't think we're taking out Swears. I think we are taking out Ugin because he is too slow. Maybe the eye. And claims are of course for Blood Moon there. Do we keep the eye Ugin? I'm not sure here. Yeah, that's not the deck. A dredge. Yeah, that's 1,000 different decks. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Eggs. I played against that. We need the relics, the slaughter games, boil if blue, of course. Pyroclasm. Spellskite doesn't do anything. ULAMOG Coil. Scrying. Keep relic open at all times. I think the scrying is replaced with UGINS that don't do much here. Keeping Karn. So 4, 5, 6, 8. But this is 10 cards. So we're taking out... It must be wrong to take out Karn. We need Oblivion Stone. We need the relics. God, this is hard. We have to win with something. Are we winning here with 2 Wurmcoil engines? I think that's a bit... That's a bit dangerous. Okay, let me know what you think about that. Fairies, we don't have the Torpor Orbs. We have Boiled Pyroclasm. And we take out 2 relics. This is a counterspell deck. So I think I'm bringing in Emrakul over ULAMOG. Or over Ugin. No, not over Ugin. Ugin would wreck this guy. I'm down to 1 boil. I really like to play 2 boils, but they're not here. Green ramp will not go to the graveyard. And thus we can take out the relics. Hope that's right. Hate bears. Well, hate bears gonna hate. So. +2 Nature's Claim, +1 Pyroclasm, +1 Wurmcoil. Take out Eye of Ugin, take out an Eldrazi, take out the double relic. Looks good. What about Ugin? If we can reach 8 mana, we can just Oblivion Stone and Karn. I don't think we need a Ugins here. Let's make that a parenthesis. So +2 Nature's Claim and -2 Ugin for that. Get out the expensive card. Get out the take out the expensive cards. Bring in the cards that deal with him. Spellskite shines in this matchup. We take out an Eldrazi. Take out the Wurmcoil engine. Take out 2 relics. 1 Karn. Now we can't counter. It become immense. Sylvan Scrying might actually be too slow in this matchup. But I think you have to keep Ugin because he is really strong here. Maybe you can even side out more Karns. But Karn though seems pretty nice here. Living End, we only have one relic. Spellskite is no good. So here we have an interesting situation where we actually really want to bring in some card that is that has some effect over cards that are utterly useful, and that card name is Emrakul. But what else? We already bring in the Relic. Should we bring in a copy of Slaughter Games? For Fulminator Mages. I know one copy of Slaughter Games doesn't do much. And I think Slaughter Games is too slow to deal with Living End. Or is it? Do we want the full Slaughter Games package? But if we remove the Living End, he's not dead. It's not like other combo decks that just die. So that's why we're only bringing in one. Here was the Jeskai control. Against Yand, I don't think you do much at all, actually. 2 claims. I don't think we need a Relic. We need an engine. We need Emrakul. Because games can go long. I have to take out something. This will end up with me not... maybe not sideboarding anything against Yand. I'm unsure here. I think this is also a matchup where Ugin shines. But most of the time they will win by wrecking our mana base, and then Ugin doesn't help at all. Okay, Boil is too slow against Spreading Seas, against Merfolk. We want Fire Spout, but we don't have it. So we have to try to rely on an early Pyroclasm. I think you bring in Rending Volley here as well. And yeah, maybe you want the 4 claims, but how the hell do you fit that in? Sorry for swearing. And I feel I still want the ULAMOG. Ugin, of course, is a house here, eating everything but Mutawaltz. But can you really afford such an expensive card? Spellskite will block, will take Vapor Snags. Maybe keep a Spellskite in the deck. Okay, so here's my question to you guys. What do we sideboard out against Merfolk? Let's go and check the list here. What other people take out? Well, a lot of them do the... I think it is a serious mistake to sideboard out the mana fixing. Especially against a deck like Sphere. Especially against a deck with Spreading Seas. Of course Relic, but what else can you take out? Titan... Relic, Karn Liberated, Oblivion Stone, Chromatic Sphere. That's a... And then Ugin is on the table as well, I think. Just because getting to 8 mana is so hard. And ULAMOG stays because he has the effect, even if he's countered. And Spellskite is an early blocker. So he's staying in. So we need to take out 2 more cards. 4 if we want all the 4 claims. But maybe that's a mistake. Targeting Aether Vial and Spreading Seas. No, I think we're good with 2 Nature's Claims. So then maybe this is the solution. And leaving in one Ugin seems like a halfway measure. I think either Oblivion Stone or Karn is better than Ugin. Who am I kidding? We are never gonna resolve Ugin against this deck. He's just too expensive. Okay, I'm gonna ignore Mono Black Devotion and Ninja Bear Delver. Here we have a Collected Company. And I don't know how we sideboard against that actually. So I will take your input on that. For now, I'm gonna think of it as if it was the old Podless Pod deck that I actually played against. Taking out Wurmcoil seems wrong. And we need relics to stop the combo. So, yeah, how do you sideboard against Collected Company? Please tell me. Let's jump over that. Scape Shift. 3 Slaughter Games. Boils. Stones. Are stones worthless against him? Yeah, Spellskite will reduce the... But you need extra Spellskites. They force him to go off. Okay, I'm gonna think like this, but... what the hell do we need Oblivion Stone for? I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Do we want Natures of the Claim? Are there any targets for claims? And remember the trick that we actually caught on camera. Soul Sisters is just a joke here, I think. Yeah, that's just a party. Take out the Spellskite. And the 2 relics. Bring in Pyroclasm, Emrakul, and Wurmcoil. And this may be the very best matchup. Okay, against Twin then. Our new theory was that we were using Spellskites over Torpor Orbs. I just wrote the article on that, this. What do we take out against Splinter Twin? Ugin is just horrible against him, isn't he? Yeah, what can Ugin do against such hate? But I've heard people saying that we actually want Emrakul because the game can go long and we need the inevitability. And I don't think we need the Pyroclasms. There is no Titan. And Karn seems very ambitious actually. Oh, we were dumping the Ugins too. 3, 5, 9, 10. We're not bringing in Slaughter Games because, as the other deck, he's not reliant on Splinter Twin alone. He might even sideboard out Splinter Twin, and then Slaughter Games is embarrassingly bad. That's 11 cards in. And this is 11 cards out. Checking the old notes. Where did the old notes go? There. To see what they have to say about Splinter Twin. Take out Wurmcoil engines. Take out Karn workers only. Stirring is a scrying. I think definitely are mistakes. Swears as well. Pyroclasm. Minus Ghost Quarter. That's interesting. I don't think you can sideboard out the mana like that. Five, 10, 11. Maybe this is good. Here's another one taking out Relic and Pyroclasm. Alright. This guy would do 2 Torpor Orb, minus 2 Ugin, minus 2 Pyroclasm, minus 1 Relic. What do you think? We only have one boil, which means that we are keeping a Karn. Okay, that's my proposal. Well, the days when you could afford 2 Spellskites in the main deck, but I think the second one is worse than the first one. Storm. Plus 4 Nature's Claim, plus 3 Slaughter Games, plus a Relic. And that Pyroclasm feels like overkill. Do we take out the 4th Oblivion Stone? What about the Ugin? I think Wurmcoil engine looks very good compared to some of these guys. Minus 9 cards. Plus 9. I think you can take out Scrying here because it's all about stopping him. I'm leaving Pyroclasm in for Empty the Warrens and for Electromancer. Against Blue Tron, we don't need Ugin. We definitely have to take out the Spellskite. Plus 3 Slaughter Games. Targeting what? Yeah, what do we target? Bring in Emrakul, bring in the Boil, bring in the Relic, and 2 claims. That's 7 cards out, 8 cards in. Oblivion Stones feels pretty good. And Karn is of course brilliant against him, like against any Tron deck. We will have a Wurmcoil engine battle, so it feels bad not to have all the Wurmcoils. So maybe we're not Slaughter Gamesing. But do we need an extra Wurmcoil? Or are we Slaughter Gamesing Mindslaver? That's of course what we are Slaughter Gaming. So that means we don't have room to take in the Wurmcoil. I think taking in a Relic is important to stop the Mindslaver lock. 2 claims, really want to be more. Tell me what you think about the Blue Tron matchup. I'm checking my original sideboard plan. For this deck. Sorry for that this is so slow, but this is happening in real time. I'm just thinking so hard about this that it hurts. Sideboard, ULAMOG sideboard plan. There is. What did I do here? Okay, we'll check against this plan later. Blue Tron, -4 Pyroclasm, -1 Spellstone, -1 Oblivion Stone, +2 and 1 Emrakul, +2 Boil, +1 Relic, +2 Claims. Oblivion Stone seems pretty good against him. But of course it's not as good as Boil, Relic, Claim. Yeah. Well, I think you need to sideboard out the Ugins in the mirror. They look horrible. It's all about finding Karn or slaughter games in Karn. And of course we need Emrakul and the Spellskites to save things from Karn. So what else can we take out? Can we take out an Oblivion Stone here? Does actually Oblivion Stone do anything in this matchup? Well, it kills Karn. But it looks to be the least efficient card in the deck. Are we missing something that we now put in the sideboard? Nope. And so we bring in the claims to live. We bring in a Wurmcoil. We don't bring in relics. We bring in a Pyroclasm. We no longer have a Fire Spout. We need both these Spellskites. We need our Oblivion Stones a lot. We don't need Karn. Because Karn is just too slow. But I think we can keep ULAMOG. Because he is pretty good at stabilizing here. Take out the scrying. This is 7 cards in. 3 Karn out. Can that really be correct? Looking at the other sideboard plans against Sue. Here's one. No sideboard. Here's another one. Take out relics. Karn. I'm keeping in Ugin over Karn because Karn is... Wow, this sideboard actually takes out the Pyroclasm. And takes out an Oblivion Stone. Maybe Pyroclasm is that bad against Sue. Okay, let's look through this plan. Now at least we have a plan. And this is of course only a draft, so we have to work on it. I'm going to compare it to this article here, which has a sideboard plan for another build of this deck that I wrote in a couple of months ago. June the 14th. That's not too long ago. Okay, here we had 4 Pyroclasm, 1 Spellskite out. We only had 3 Pyroclasm in this deck. We still had relics here. Claims and Emrakul. Okay, I'm modifying this. I'm taking out 1 relic, keeping 1 in. And I'm still not sure here what is best. So your opinion would be much appreciated. Abzan, we brought in 3 claims, 1 Wurmcoil engine, 1 Emrakul, +1, -1 Spellskite against Abzan, and -4 Pyroclasm. But we kept the relics in. And Spellskite is only good for, well, it's good for early blocking and the Path Exile. But I think Claim, Wurmcoil engine, Emrakul, with just 1 forest, we are much more vulnerable to Path Exile as well. And Nauseam, 4 Nature's Claim, 1 Wurmcoil in, 4 Pyroclasm, 1 Spellskite out. But now we know that we have to play Spellskite. So we are settling for this Affinity, +4 claim, +1 Wurmcoil. We are also bringing Pyroclasm and Spellskite. Taking out... I think maybe we're taking out too much here. Do we really want the Spellskites? Won't he just fly over me? And Karn will be the only card that can deal with Inkmoth Nexus. 4 Nature's Claims. Let's do it like that. Amulet of Vigor, 3 Slaughter Games, 4 Nature's Claim, 2 Spellskites. But it's those 2 Spellskites that I can't really make room for. What am I supposed to take out? Please answer me. Because I think this adds up pretty nice here. If I don't bring in the Spellskites. Tokens. 2 claims, 1 Pyroclasm. -2 Relic, -1. Actually taking out the Spellskite here. Also, of course, Path to Exile is nasty. No, Karn or Spellskite. And that goes for the rest of the claims if I need them as well. Bogles. Here I have 4 Nature's Claims, 1 Spellskite, taking out Relic, ULAMOG, Karn. Maybe ULAMOG is a bit ambitious to keep in the deck, so we're taking him out. Because taking out the spheres suck. Burn. 4 Nature's Claims, 1 Wurmcoil. Pyroclasm, Spellskite. Karnstone, Relic out. And Mr. ULAMOG. Winning with the coils. We'll not talk about Collected Company right now. Delver. 2 claims, 1. I'll do it like this so you actually see the other one. Stupid auto moving of windows. Please remain still. This is the old Sideboard plan. Delver, 2 claims, 1 Wurmcoil, 1 Pyroclasm. Take out 2 Ugins or 2 Relics. But won't he have board states for Ugin Reckon? But Ugin costs 8. He will have counterspell mana. I think Ugin is worse than Karn. Dredge, Relic. Bring in Relic, take out Spellskite. We don't need an extra Wurmcoil. Very clean. Eggs, let's skip that. Fairies. Okay, now I have a draft and I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. Sorry for this video being so long and uninteresting, but I wanted to show you how I actually build this sideboard plan. Because now I do have an updated sideboard plan and I'm going to use it. This is the build of deck I'm gonna use. I'm giving up stuff here. I'm giving up the double forest, like I said. I'm giving up the 4 slaughter game. I'm giving up the 2nd boil. I'm giving up a burn sideboard card. So it actually, this is a build much targeted against combo. And that might not be correct. But I'm gonna practice with this build at least. And then I'll probably have to rebuild the deck again. So let me know what you think about a video like this. It must be only interesting to people who are really, really into Tron. Thank you for watching.